Hey there, I'm Lee Kellogg, and we are out for another nature journaling adventure. Today, we're back in Pine Nursery Park in Bend, Oregon. The wildflowers are still blooming, and we're having a great time exploring the flowers and doing some drawings. So we've got 3 different kinds of yellow flowers today that we're going to look at. 2 of them look very similar, and the 3rd does not. But we're going to start with the one that is not similar. So let's go have a look at it. All right, so we're at our first wildflower sighting. We are actually on a little rocky bluff up above the trail. Zoom out a little bit, you can see the pathway there. There's a road behind it, so we're up a little bit in elevation, not much. And these are sulfur buckwheats, and they are growing here this is all basalt lava rock, very little soil. Growing in here, these wonderful little yellow flowers. And here's the sulfur buckwheat. And I haven't finished labeling everything. I walked out without my fountain pen that I really prefer to use, so I used another pen, but I need to put the title on the page. But nevertheless, there's my sulfur buckwheat page for my nature journal. All right, here's our next yellow flower for the day, Damanita. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, it's in the chrysanthemum family, and it's chrysanthemum something mexicana. And it's gonna be, you have to look at the petals and stuff. They're all a little different than the next one that we're gonna look at, and that the leaves are slightly different. How it's a similar growth habit, that it's a mounding, nice mounding yellow daisy flower. So that's our clumping, sort of all of the same. Anyway, let's go draw this puppy. Here's my finished page for the Damanita, or Chrysanthemum mexicana, little mounding growth, our little, there they are, little daisy-like flowers. So coming back to the page, and record. These are nature journal pages. Record what you want to see in your journal, not what you think needs to be seen. So let's move on to the next one. On my way to find our 3rd yellow flower, I found a 4th, and this is called common woolly sunflower, and it is different than the ones we just looked at. I'm trying to get my flowers here. The leaves are different, and when you get into flower taxonomy, you have to look at the sepals, and the petals, and the stamens, and all of that stuff, which I'm not going to do. This looks visually almost the same, however, it is a little different. You can see the growth habitat is different. It's clumping, but it's scattered. It's not nice, neat, round clumps. And this is sagebrush that you see on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side, and a little antelope bush in the middle there. So these are just this nice little grouping, still in some natural habitat, yet somewhat disturbed because we're right near the park entrance, and there's a lot of cheatgrass growing back up there in the background. But I'm going to draw these, add this one to the collection. So let's get going. So there's my woolly buckwheat, common woolly sunflower. I'm sorry, not buckwheat. I just saw the previous page where I'd drawn the buckwheat. There's my drawing there. I'm going to add my threadleaf. All right, finally, the 4th one. This is threadleaf groundsel. This is what I actually had in my yard in Santa Fe, and I tried to harvest some seeds and never quite got it to germinate. But bigger center there, little more petite petals. It grows about 18 inches high, very clumping. So there's this clump, and there's another clump just sort of beyond the grasses there that you can see starting. And, oh, actually, here's a 3rd clump, little clump, right here. And different leaves than the ones that we just looked at. The woolly sunflower one had leaves that were highly sort of, not variegated, but variated, that had deep bit lobing. And this guy's got sort of just little light There's a leaf with little sections on it on long stems. So I'd say they're about 18 inches high. All right, so we've got our two. We've got our common woolly sunflower and the threadleaf groundsel. Yes, they're similar, but you know, most of the things we've been looking at today have been fairly similar. So it's been I would say a good nature journaling sketch day, especially when you find more flowers than you thought. So buckwheat, sulfur buckwheat, damanita, common woolly sunflower, and threadleaf groundsel. So there we go, 4 found in a city park. Gotta love it. So I hope you enjoyed today's little visit to Pine Nursery Park, looking at 4 different yellow flowers, one very different in the buckwheat family, and the other 3 definitely in similar families because they all look fairly similar, daisy-like, chrysanthemum-like. And my renditions in my journal, you know, you got to do them, make them your own. So own it, get out there, be creative, stay inspired, and do some nature journaling and some outdoor exploring today. I'm Lee Kellogg. You can find more on my website, leekellogg.com. Do subscribe to this YouTube video and this channel and enjoy. We'll see you next time.